cold showers are a must in my morning routine. They just help me feel better overall and wake up. So, every single day, 2 minutes in the cold, just feel way better. Your body feels good. You feel more refreshed. Overall, you're ready to conquer the day. If you need to do one hard thing in the morning, then the rest of the day is easy. The rest of the day, you don't do anything unless you did one hard thing in the morning, right? Always find ways to challenge yourself, challenge your mind, challenge your body. Let's get right into it. Alright, so one thing I started doing in 2026 that's very important to me is trying to get closer to God. I've already been close, but I'm trying to get even closer. So I started this 365-day Bible challenge. Essentially, it's a plan that gives you a layout of how much you need to read to finish the Bible in a year. I've already read the Bible fully, but I want to continue to go deeper and learn more of the wisdom in the Bible. So I have this plan here. It's telling me how much I need to read every single day. So right now I'm on Exodus 2. Reading about that story. So yeah, I'm just continuing to grow, continue to learn and gain my wisdom. So I read this every single day, every single morning. And then I follow up with a prayer just to consolidate and be grateful that I'm alive. And then I do some journaling as well. That's pretty much my morning routine. But yeah, I'll read this and then I'll get back to y'all later. Alright, so how I typically journal is I write down 3 things I'm grateful for. Right? So today I wrote being alive. Every day is a blessing. Not everyone gets to live another day, so every day is a blessing, and life is so fragile yet precious. So it's a blessing to be alive. Gotta take advantage of it. God's greatness, the Lord, the maker of the universe, is kind to us and loving. That's such a gift and a blessing. And then the opportunities I have in my life, to be great, to play basketball, and to just chase my dreams. It's a blessing that everyone gets to be able to chase their dreams every single day. So it's truly a blessing. And I write some kind of intention of the day, like a big thought for the day. So I wrote, it's the first game of the new year, so I wanted to go out there and have fun. No pressure, just raw love for the game, and just making sure the day is filled with presence and passion. That's like my big takeaways, my big keys, is to be in the present moment. All right, make my energy flow to the right places, and then just passion, just expressing love and joy and passion in the world, because it's a blessing to live. So yeah, that's how I do my morning journal, and then I'm gonna do a separate pregame journal on the next page. I'll do that a little bit later. Alright, welcome back to another game day vlog. It's the first game of the new year, 2026. It's gonna be a big year. But yeah, today's video is I want to focus on how you can maximize your nutrition on a game day, right? Like, what do you need to do in order to maximize your performance? Because a lot of people, they don't do it right, and it leads to poor performance, right? They have no energy, their glycogen stores are depleted. So without getting into too much science, the simple rule is 4-2-1 rule. 4 hours before tip off, you need to eat a big meal containing carbs, right? Complex carbs like rice, potatoes, right? Any sort of complex carbs, then a protein, right? Some chicken or some meat or turkey, whatever. And then some sort of healthy fats like some avocados or, so you want like a main meal 4 hours before. Then 2 hours before, you want some more food. You want some simple carbs, right? Maybe some bread, some toasted bread with some butter and honey. That's a good option. I'm gonna have some bread with peanut butter and honey. And some bananas, guys, my favorite. And some fruit. Fruit works really well as well. So essentially, we're just getting more energy, right? You can also do rice, some extra rice if you have some potatoes. And then 1 hour before tip-off, right? So that's pretty much like when you're warming up, like when you're going to the gym, then you want to eat something real quick, easily digestible, right? So that could be a banana, right? It could be some dates. I eat my dates before games because they have a lot of carbs and they're quick to digest, right? So I'm not gonna have any stomach issues. So that's pretty much the basics, right? That's all you have to do. And then during the game, you need to be hydrated. You need to have electrolytes that have high volumes of sodium, right? Because people just drink water and think that's enough. No, every hour you sweat, you lose 1,200 milligrams of sodium, right? So water is not going to be enough to fulfill that. So you need to get some water. with a good electrolyte powder. I got one here that's pretty good. One scoop is 400 milligrams, so I'm gonna do multiple scoops. And then you can put some salt in the water as well, just to add that sodium quantity, and then yeah, so you're sipping that during the game, and then at halftime I also like to eat some dates just to re-energize in the middle of the game. And that's pretty much how you gotta do it, you know, just gotta fill. So I'll take y'all through how the game is at 4, so it's a little bit weird timing because my main meal is gonna be my breakfast, pretty much my big breakfast I always have. So I'm gonna eat that a little bit later at like 12. And then I'm gonna eat the bread with peanut butter banana at around 2. And then I'm gonna have a banana and some dates at 3, or yeah, an hour before I leave to the game, or right before I leave for the game. So around like 2:33, because I gotta be there at 3. So yeah, I'll take y'all through that. I'll show y'all how I'm making my food. And let's just have a good day. Let's have a good game. I'll see y'all later. Peace. All right, so there is absolutely no sun today. All right, so I gotta set this up. This is my 10,000 lux light. So essentially what it does is it kind of simulates the amount of lux that comes from the sunshine. Not as much, but it's better than nothing. So I'm just gonna be looking at this for a little bit, trying to get some natural sunlight. Not natural, but trying to get some artificial light, just making my body, you know, get the benefits kind of similar. So yeah, this is a really good thing to get, especially kind of live in Scandinavia, I live in Denmark, so it's very, you know, pretty much winter all year long. The sun barely comes out, so this is very important to have. This and some red light therapy just to try to maximize, you know, getting that light, getting that vitamin D. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit here for a little bit, get some of this, and then I will eat my breakfast a little bit later. And then yeah, let's have a good day. You know, it's a blessing to be able to play the game of basketball I love. So let's have fun today. All right, so this meal consists of 4 eggs, 2 pieces of sourdough toast, a half of avocado on the toast, so it's avocado toast. Then we got some chicken and cheese on that, and then we got a Greek yogurt bowl with some berries, protein powder, creatine, collagen, dark chocolate, honey, chia seeds, oatmeal. So overall, highly nutritious meal. A lot of carbs, a lot of protein, just getting fuel for the game. Overshoots. Okay. All right, so for the first game of the new year, I actually didn't get it until the second half, but hey, okay, Kevin. I see you, Kevin, get up. But yeah, so it was very interesting game. We ended up winning by 40, but I do think that our effort at times was poor. I just think that we played I don't know, I feel like a lot of it was just fatigue. Um Yeah, I didn't have the greatest shooting game. I definitely missed a lot of my shots, but I did think I provided a lot of energy off the bench. Here, a really good job attacking the paint, collapsing the defense and kicking it out, getting some good offense there. But overall, it was definitely an interesting game, I would say. We ended up winning. Here's a nice good pass to my big. Just got to finish that. But we do get a good look for open 3. Knock it down. But yeah, just trying to communicate help on defense was very important to me, fighting over the screens there. Ended up getting a stop. And then end of the game clock. Ended up getting into a shot in the corner at the buzzer. Ended up making it, so that felt pretty good as well. But yeah, overall the game was very interesting. Here I'm talking on defense, talking switching, being aggressive on defense. We needed to keep this intensity throughout the whole game. I felt it was only at certain times when we felt fresh, but right here closing out, making sure I stay in front. They called the foul, but you know, I don't really see the foul, but it's all good. Here running one of our plays, hitting me there, getting into a pick and roll, and then I swing it to the sides to get a better angle to hit the post. I probably could have hit the post directly, but I think hitting it to the wing allowed it. And here crashing the offensive rebound was good, but getting into a better angle to get in the shot. And then here just attacking, missing a wide open layup, you know, smoky, but at least we end up getting a bucket, so that's all that matters. And then here just playing with aggression. Our big Bernie getting an N1. That's tough, boy. Yeah, here just attacking, collapsing the defense, getting a wide open shot. That was a very good job of me doing that throughout the game. Here I just lose the ball on a shot that I shoot all the time, a little spin jumper. I'm really good at that shot. But not giving up on a play. But then I do force this layup here. I can definitely make it. I just, I was a little off my rhythm today. And then it's at the end just picking up, always playing with intensity and aggression no matter what, even if the game is over. And other people stop playing with intensity. It's always important to stand out and keep playing with that intensity. So yeah, that was pretty much the game. Well fought game. I think there's some things we can improve on, like our conditioning and whatnot. But yeah. So then right after the game, I get into this post game lift. Starting out with some trap bar 4x4, starting light, progressing into heavier, and then I go up to 140 kg. For 2 sets, here's 140 kg. 4x4, getting pretty heavy. The key with in season lifts is microdosing, right? So I'm microdosing these movements. Just doing a simple push pull, a squat and a hinge pattern. So here I'm doing a single leg RDL, 2x8. But yeah, just microdosing and not doing too much. But also the weight has to be heavy enough to where I'm getting load, and I'm actually getting some adaptations, right? So that's also very important. Here doing a pen lay row, working on the back, and also getting some isometric contractions in the glute and the hamstring. So this is very good bang for the buck exercise. And then ending with some simple hanging leg raises, getting the core strong as well. So that was a post game lift, just microdosing those lifts, getting stronger. And then after eating some delicious food, some garbanzo again, that's my go-to. High carbs, high protein, high fiber. So that was very delicious as well. And then ending the day right before I go to bed with some protein shake, a protein smoothie, and also watching JJK season 3. If you know, you know. All right, y'all. So this is post game. Game went well. We won by 40. Um, I do think that we played a little bit sloppy. Our coach didn't play that many players, or at the beginning he had like kind of tight rotation. I think a lot of people got tired early on and led to some bad, bad effort, some poor effort. So I think that he needs to be playing more players. So I think that can allow us to play with more energy, right? Play everyone maybe 2-3 minutes at a time. They give their max energy and then they get out. They get out. I think that would help us a lot more because we're starting to. I think some of our weaknesses are getting exposed. Especially our age. Not me. I'm the youngest on the team, but everyone else is a little bit older, and I just think the energy and effort is not there. So that's why I think I come in where I provide the energy and effort. So I didn't play the first half, but then when I came in the second half, I was able to give good energy. I did force some shots at times because I was trying to get my own looks, but it's fine. I took shots that I can make, shots that I work on, so they're gonna fall eventually. So every game, I'm gonna be doing this thing where I say two things I did well, one thing I did bad. So in the game, one thing I did good, or two things. One was that I played aggressive when I got into the game. I was aggressive, talking on defense, making my presence felt. That's really important. The easiest way to get yourself into the game where you don't play that much is just to talk and be loud, right? Be aggressive, be a leader, be a vocal leader. That really gets you introduced into the game. And then second, I think I made some good plays at the beginning. I was able to drive to the basket, kick out, and then be assertive with my shooting as well. One thing I could improve was um, in the second part, when I came in, I forced some shots definitely. Trying to look too much for my shots, playing a little too aggressive at times. But that's just that was just me trying to get into my flow and just try to get reps in the garbage time, which I don't believe there's garbage time, but it's good to get settled into the game and just try to get reps in and try to feel your way throughout the offense, right? Even though the game was pretty much over, it's still important. So that was two things I did well, one thing I did bad. Now I'm just gonna watch the film now, and then I will, yeah, watch the film. Then you wash it away, and then yeah. So that was pretty much the day. First game of the new year. Didn't play as good as I wanted to, but it happens. And remember, guys, progress over perfection. So I'll see you on the next video. Peace.